Hi everyone. So today we'll be looking into Austria immigration process. Austria immigration process, I plan to discuss a lot of things about Austria. So because of that, we'll be taking it step by step. I won't be making a very long video so that it will be well explanatory for everyone seeking to migrate to Austria. So first of all, today we are going to be talking about a card called red card. So for short, we'll be calling it RWR card. So this card is actually a criteria-based immigration scheme for people from third nations. That's why this card is, created by the Austrian immigration. So now, what is this card? What does it entail? Now, this card has criteria for people. At some point, I'll be checking some details, and in the description of the video, I'll also be putting link so that you yourself can read through and process it by yourself. Remember, the purpose of this channel is to be able to do it by yourself. That's the purpose of this channel. So welcome to my YouTube channel, and yes, today Austrian process. RWR card. RWR card is almost looking like what people call express entry for Canada. You remember express entry, you have to score a particular range of score and the rest to be able to migrate to Canada. So RWR card looks this way. It's just that the criteria are not so stringent like that of Canada. So it's something you can easily get if you're a professional from a third nation country. So, for example, now, what does the card entails? RWR card has also like an extension of it called RWR Card Plus. And what is good about this extension is that if you, as an employee, is on RWR card, your spouse can be on RWR Plus. And what's the difference between both of them? RWR card means that you are with an employer for a specific number of years, like 2 years actually, because the card itself is done for 2 years. So you have to be with that specific employer for that number of years. But what is good about Plus is that they are not restricted. So if, for example, you as a husband decide to move to Austria with your wife, it means you can have RWR card with your employer and stay in the same company for 2 years, but your wife can apply for RWR Plus and then decide to change our employer within that 2 years and more and stuff like that. So that's the good part, and that's the difference between both of them. So now, who is actually eligible for RWR card? Number one is very highly qualified professionals. Very highly qualified professionals. These are the first set of people. You know yourself, you know what it means to be very highly qualified. Also, this process is also open to people that are graduates from mathematics, from natural science, from informatics, all these STEM courses and the rest. It's also open to them. And also, people who are from third nation, but they are currently graduates of Austrian university, they can also apply for this card. It's open to them also right there in the country. They can apply for the card. But for you that is back at home, it's also open for you if you're a professional in your field. Now, in this case, we are not talking about, jobs like, I'm doing customer support and the rest. Yes, it could work, but when they are referring to very qualified professionals, I mean, they are talking about people probably in IT space, not just IT, but professionals in their field. Let's say, for example, you're doing something related to procurement. You know all the tools in the market. You're a QA tester. You know how to use all those Selenium and the rest. So these are who they are referring to. So if this is a criteria that you meet, then you can give Austria a shot. Now, I will go into some of the ways to evaluate yourself before you can get an RWR card. And so one of the ways by which you can evaluate yourself is is to look into the criteria. Now, I have a document where you can read through the criteria of how to apply for this card. Sorry for the interruption. So now they have specific criteria, eligibility criteria for you to meet to be able to apply. Now they expect the maximum for this criteria is 100. So for you to be eligible, you need to have 70. And what are these criteria? Some of them are graduates from higher institution of learning in subjects like mathematics, informatics, natural science, your work experience per year also counts. It means that if you have like 5 years working experience in your professional field, you already have 10. So it's one of the criteria. If you have something like like publications, you can also have scores from that. If you have like some skills in German, in French language, in different languages, you can also have score for that. I'll place the link in the description of the channel of this video. Age also matters. For people that are up to 35 years, they can have 20 points. People that are up to 40 years, 15 points, and people that are 45. So the older you get, the more reduced the points are. People who also studied in Austria, like I said, they are also qualified to apply for this RWR card. So they also have a point for themselves if they have completed their bachelor's degree or master's degree in Austria. They also have a point for themselves. Now, I said a lot of things. Let's go back. Because we understand that to have this RWR card, you need to have an employer. You need to have a job. Like you need to have looked for a job in Austria and be able to present, contracts from the employer. And the employer would also have done some paperwork for you right in Austria before you can apply for this card. And we know how difficult that could be when you are outside the country. So because of that, there's also something called job seeker visa that you can apply for in Austria. This will give you like 6 months to be able to look for a job. When you get a job, you then make an application for this RWR card. I know people who are familiar with German processes know that there's something also called job seekers visa also in Germany. And so now, but job seeker visa is not the purpose for today's video. I'll be talking about that in subsequent videos. But for today, it's for professionals who are able to get a job. I will also put in the description the link of places where you can look for a job. Let's say you are in the field of cybersecurity, you're a front-end developer, you're a back-end developer, you are like a business analyst in your field, you are different kind of profession. So you can look for a job in this profession, have a specific band of salary you must be earning, and then apply for this RWR card that can bring you to Austria. Once you have your contract from your employer and your employer has done all the paperwork they need to do from their end, you can easily apply through Abuja Embassy by sending them an email with some of the required documents. You must also show your proof of fund. There is a specific band of amounts you must show for them to be able to allow you into the country. And of course, they understand that you're also earning salary and everything like that. So this is the whole criteria about this card. It's called red, white, red card. You can apply for it by yourself. I'll put all the link that you need below, even the application form. I'll put it below. You will be asked for proof of fund. You'll be asked for health coverage. You must be a professional in your field, and you must have documents to back it up, to back your work experience and your professional level and stuff like that. If you're using for those doing PhD, you must have something like publications to back it up and all of that. So there's nothing much to say regarding this RWR card other than the fact that it's criteria based. You'll be assessed. And then, of course, the criteria are being listed for you to go through to be sure that you meet up with this criteria. And once you do, you're good to go. Once you're able to apply for it at the embassy will give you, once all your documents are intact, and then you can work with the same employer for 2 years before you're able to, move from there. If peradventure, I think you have to terminate your contract with the employer, you have to seek another employer who is willing to help you to get this RWR card. And like I said, your spouse is eligible for RWR card plus, which means they are not restricted to employers like you. So that's all I have for today. In subsequent video, we'll be talking more about the job seekers visa. This is for those who are not able to get employers from Nigeria or from other African countries, and we'll also be talking about study for Austria. What are the steps? What are the criteria? What do you need to look out for to be able to apply for studies? And what are the things to put in mind? Like, you know that Austrian universities are quite cheap, but their processes are not that simple. So thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification button for subsequent videos. Bye.